Alright, so in this equation, I have x minus 4 to the power of 4 is equal to x to the power of 4. So, my only variable in this equation is x, so that's what I'm going to be solving for. And for my solution to this problem, what I'm first going to do is start by subtracting x to the power of 4 on both sides. So if I do that, I get x minus 4 to the power of 4 minus x to the power of 4 is equal to 0. Now from here, I can rewrite x minus 4 to the power of 4 as x minus 4 to the power of 2 times 2. And I can do the same thing with x to the power of 4, so I get x to the power of 2 times 2. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x minus 4 to the power of 2 times 2 is going to equal x minus 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. And then I have this minus x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 0. Now from here, I can use the algebraic property that states that if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, I have x minus 4 squared to the power of 2, and that's going to equal x minus 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 0. So a is x minus 4 squared, and b is x squared, so I get x minus 4 squared plus x squared times x minus 4 squared minus x squared is equal to 0. And now, from here, I'm going to expand x minus 4 squared, so I get x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus x squared times x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus x squared, which is equal to 0. And now these two cancel out, these two cancel out, and these two add. X squared plus x squared is 2x squared, so I get 2x squared minus 8x plus 16 times negative 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. Now 2x squared minus 8x plus 16 times negative 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. This can be divided into two equations. I have 2x squared minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0, and negative 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. So 2x squared minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So now I get x squared minus 4x plus 8 is equal to 0. And now I can use the quadratic formula to solve this, since it's a quadratic equation. So the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is negative 4, and c is 8. So I get x is equal to negative of negative 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is negative 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 8. And I have this all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And now this is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 32 over 2, which is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 16 over 2. And now the square root of negative 16, that's the same thing as the square root of 16 times the square root of negative 1. And now I have this over 2. And if you guys already didn't know, the imaginary number I, this is equal to the square root of negative 1. So now I have x is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 16i over 2. Now the square root of 16 is simply 4. So I get x is equal to 4 plus or minus 4i over 2, which is equal to 2 plus or minus 2i. And now for my second equation, I have negative 8x plus 16. All I have to do is add 8x on both sides. And I get 8x is equal to 16, meaning x is equal to 2. So I have 3 solutions to this equation. Alright, so in this equation, I have x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. So my only variable in this equation is x. So that's the variable I'm going to be solving for. And now for my solution, I'm going to first start by rewriting my equation down here so I have more space. I have x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. And what I'm first going to do is take the power of 3 over 2 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. And now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So x to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2 is the same thing as x to the power of 2 over 3 times 3 over 2. And this is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, 2 over 3 and 3 over 2, these two are reciprocals, so they simply cancel out, leaving me with x to the power of 1 is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. And x to the power of 1 is the same thing as x, so I get x is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. However, we're not done yet, because we still have to simplify this. 16 to the power of 3 over 2 is the same thing as 4 squared to the power of 3 over 2. And again, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to 4 to the power of 3, and 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 64. So I get x is equal to 64. Now, I'm going to check to see if this is right. So my original equation was x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16, and x is 64. So I get 64 to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. Now 64 is the same thing as 4 to the power of 3. So now I get 4 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. Then these two cancel out, so I get 4 squared is equal to 16, and 4 squared is 16, so I get 16 is equal to 16.